Hello and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I wanted to do the mid-year book tag because I see this tag everywhere these days, and so I thought, why not do it myself? At first I didn't really want to make it because I didn't really read a lot of books so far this year. I've only read 8 books so far in 2026, which is not a lot when I look on TikTok or YouTube or whatever and I see people already reading, I don't know, 40 to 100 books in the first 6 months. And I'm like, yeah, couldn't be me because I'm so picky when it comes to picking up books in the first place. And I'm also in a reading slump most of the time, so it is what it is. But when I looked through the questions for this tag, because I saw it on Larry Reed's YouTube video and she put the questions for this tag in the caption, and I read through them, I was like, even though I've only read 8 books, I kind of have a book for almost every question, so I thought, why not just do it? Some books are coming up again and again because, as I said, 8 books, not that many, but I still wanted to yap about some books I've read this year because I've read some pretty good books, I think. So let's start. The first question is best book you've read so far in 2026, and this is kind of surprising to me. Like, when I first picked up this book, I didn't think it would be this great of a book, and it's Chasing Fields by Isabella Skies. I think it's her first book and I ate it up. So I think it's young adult and it's an romance, and I think it plays in like it's set in high school, and it follows these 2 boys. One of them is like the shy, reserved one, and the other one is I think captain of the, wait, they play some kind of sport. Is it rugby? No, I think it's soccer. I think it's soccer. I think they play soccer. Yeah. And he's the captain, and they are forced to work on a I think history project together. So that's kind of how they get to interact with one another and kind of get to know each other. And it's really cute, but it also deals with a lot of heavy topics because one of the main characters has a really hard home life, and he also gets beaten by his brother, and his brother is a drug dealer, and his mom is also an alcoholic. So it's kind of dealing with that, and also kind of it's such a great book and such an emotional book, and a book I think about almost every single day because it's just so, I love these characters. And when I was reading this book, I just wanted to protect these characters because they were going through it. But yeah, and it's not a standalone. There's I don't know how many books there will be, but I think there's at least one more book, and you better believe I be reading this when it comes out. I don't know when it will be released, but I'm so excited. I want the second book like right now, because like the cliffhanger wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I still want to know what will happen next because I don't think I'm ready. And just yapping for way too long already about one book, but this, like, the relationship between these 2 boys is just so precious, but also it makes me wanna cry. So that's that. Next question. Worst book you've read so far in 2026. So the thing about me is that if I don't think I'm gonna like a book, I'm not going to pick it up. So I'm very picky when it comes to picking up books in the first place. But this book wasn't really bad, but I think it was just a little boring. I don't know. It's Take Her On by Emma Wright, and it's an sapphic soccer romance, rivals to lovers thing, which yeah, it was okay as I said, but it's not anything revolutionary. I think it was kind of boring, and yeah, I don't really remember what it was all about actually, but it was just about these two girls who were rivals, like soccer rivals, and I think one of them transfers to the college where the other one is, and then they are on the same soccer team and still don't like each other, but then they fall for each other, stuff like that, which I normally really like. I love a good rivals to lovers, but I think it was just not for me, not for me. And I realized this is already the second soccer book, and I I don't think I've read any soccer books prior to 2026, but okay, next question. So the next two questions are questions I don't really have a book for, because it's best sequel you've read so far in 2026 and worst sequel you've read so far in 2026. And I don't really have read any sequels. Like, I did read some later books in series, but these are interconnected standalones, and I didn't read the first few books. Like, for example, I read The Risk Taker by Stephanie Alves. This is book 3 in the Cold New Playbook series. This is a college ice hockey sports romance series, and I didn't read book 1 and 2, but I did read book 3 because the third book is the only gay book in the series, so it's like, why not? And I really liked it, so I think it would be best sequel, but I didn't read the first two books, so I don't know. I have nothing to compare it to. So I love this book, but I don't know, like, what I saw in this book from the other two couples who were the main characters in the previous books, I really liked them, but I didn't read that book, so yeah. And also, then I think worst sequel, again, I read this book, which is the second book in the series, but I didn't read the first book, and it's Hunt the Villain by Rena Kent. I didn't read the first book because I don't really like student-teacher romances, so yeah. This one is also, like, the whole series will be, I think the next book will be out sometime this year, maybe, I don't know. But this book, and it's not really, I wouldn't really call it a bad sequel, because first of all, didn't read the first book, and second of all, I liked this book. I think he gave it 3 stars. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Yeah, this is dark romance, and I need to be in a specific mood to really read and enjoy dark romance. But I think it was okay. It was fine. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Okay, the next question is new release you haven't read yet but want to. So I have a novella for this one. It's called A Sea Change by Cassandra Clare, and it's a novella which features Matthew from the Last Hour series, and I think he has a little gay love story in this novella, which I kind of want to read because I love Matthew. He was one of my favorite characters, and I think he deserves all the love, so I really want to read that. And also, I have this book I have here. It's The Secret World, not life, The Secret World of Briar Rose. It's this one. And this one came out when I'm filming this, I think a week ago or something, and haven't read it yet, but I kind of want to read it, so that's that one. I also have this one, but I will be talking about this one later on as well. It's a German book. It's called Love is Like a Thunderbolt by Ronja Madeleine, and it has a beautiful cover, beautiful sprayed edges, and I already started it. I started the audiobook for this one. The audiobook is quite good. So yeah, but it's thick and it's German and it's straight, so but I will be talking about this one in a later question too, so then I will dive more into this. But yeah, I think there are like I have also another German book, but I'm not into I'm not into a rush to read that one, so yeah. Now we are going to talk about the best question on this tag, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. And I'm not really up to date with any new releases. Like, I don't have really that many on my radar, but one book I'm so excited for, and I have been excited for years for this book to come out, is The Last King of Fairy by Cassandra Clare. And this is the first book in the last Shadowhunter series. Like, after this trilogy ends, I don't know if there will be any more Shadowhunter books, but I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this book for literally years, and this series in particular follows Kit, Ty, Drew, and also Sebastian, kind of. And I'm so excited because this the series that these characters really also feature in is my favorite book series of all time and my favorite Shadowhunter series, which is kind of, I think, an unpopular opinion because I think most people have the Infernal Devices as their favorite Shadowhunter series, but I think that's my least favorite. But I'm so excited for this book. I want to see Kit and Ty and them falling in love, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. I could yap about this new release forever because I can't describe what I feel when I think about this book and these characters because I'm so excited, but I'm also scared because I know Cassandra Clare and her books. Like, I think I need the therapy after this. So, but I'm so excited. And yeah, this is, I think, the book I'm most excited for in my life. But there's also a few other books I kind of want to read and I'm kind of looking forward to. First we have Silver Sweet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. And this is the second book in the Cobalt Empire series. Like, I'm not that into their whole universe. Like, I've read a few books. I've read a few books of the Like Us series. I think I read the first two books or three. I don't know. And I read the first book in the Cobalt Empire series, which was also a straight romance, which is kind of rare for me because I don't really pick up any straight romances. Not my cup of tea, but I really liked it and I love their characters. Like, these authors can write likable characters and like family dynamics which you just want to be a part of. So I'm so excited for Silver Sweet because this is an rockstar romance and I'm so excited. I haven't really read a rockstar romance yet, but I'm intrigued. And and I'm so excited. I'm really excited. Also, the third book, which follows Audrey, is also coming out, I think, in November. Silver Switch is coming out in August 4th. And Audrey's book is coming out in November of this year, I think, which I'm not as excited for as Silver Sweet because Audrey's book is going to be a straight book, but it's kind of, I think Audrey's book will be kind of rivals to lovers, maybe. Enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers, something like that. So I'm gonna read that one as well. But yeah. Also, I talked about The Risk Taker, which I read, but I haven't read the first and second book. And in this book, a couple was teased, and this, I don't think, like, I don't know when this book will release. Maybe it's not even releasing this year, but I don't care. I'm gonna talk about it. And it's the fourth book in the series. It's called The Heartbreaker, and this is also a straight book, and it kind of is enemies to lovers and enemies with benefits, because I think they have a thing because they want to get it out of their system but obviously they're gonna fall for each other. And she's the ex-girlfriend of his rival, which is kind of hot. So I'm excited for that one. Because the snippets and the little scenes we got in the third book, I was kind of like intrigued. So I'm excited for that book. And straight enemies with benefits, I could get on board with, but we will see when I read it. And also another book is, maybe it's already out when I upload this video, could be, but it's June Gloom by Katie Parker, and I think this is her debut. And she also makes AuthorTube content, and I've watched her videos, and I'm kind of excited for this book. It's kind of like there are these friends, and they have this idea to start a band, and there's also romance, and I think she plans to make this a series. So I really want to buy this book and read it and support her, because this sounds so good. And I think what I heard is that there will also be a sapphic couple, but I don't think in the first book, but they're like this friend group, and there's romance, and I think the first book is written in the POV of two girls, and from this friend group, and every girl has a different, like, has her own love story. But I'm kind of intrigued, kind of excited, and when this comes out, I'm buying it and hopefully read it soon. But I'm bad with picking up books I plan to read, so we will see. But I want to read it. This sounds really good and really fun, and like a cute summer read, but I think it will also have a little bit of heartbreak from what I've seen in her videos and TikToks and stuff. So I'm very excited, but we will see. We will see. Next question. The biggest surprise of the year. Okay, I mostly read romance or romantasy, but I've never really read sci-fi books. But this year, at the beginning of this year, I picked up a sapphic YA sci-fi book, the first book in the duology, and it's Gear Breakers by Zoe Hannah Mikuta. And this one was 5 stars for me. I loved it so much. So this is part of a duology, but I haven't read the second book. I own it, it's in my shelf, but I haven't read it yet because I'm kind of scared. And the first book didn't end on a happy note, so I'm kind of excited, but scared, you know? And this one, maybe I read you the back. This video is so chaotic, I'm so sorry. So the back says, I can't read. Just above the front of my overalls, the black dots that scatter across my collarbone are blatant and underneath the white shirt. One tiny inked gear for each takedown. 87 gears. 87 mechas scraped from the skyline. I know what makes the window tick, and each time I creep inside their limbs, I know precisely which pieces to pluck and shatter to make the entire atrocity collapse like a house of cards. Because as much as Godolia likes to preach otherwise, the line between their deities and scrap metal can be snipped away by simple human hate. I grin at my reflection. I won't say I'm synonymous with chaos, not truly. If this world has taught me anything, it's that humans have no right playing pretend at being gods. But I am a gear breaker, and that comes pretty damn close. So, yeah, this is about two girls who are kind of like on opposite sides, I don't think of war, but kind of like that. And they meet under weird circumstances, and they have to fight together. The worst explanation and summary ever, but read it, it's so good. And the second book will be read eventually. Next question is, favorite new author, debut, or new to you? So first, Isabella Skies, who wrote Chasing Fields, the cute but sad romance. Yeah, I will be reading everything she comes out with, so I'm excited. Also, the one I talk now, Zoe Hana Mikuta. and I want to read the second book, obviously. And I think she comes out with a new book soon, or is already. I don't know if it's already out or not, but I want to read that one too. And also Phoenix Catherine, and she wrote a Paranormal Academy Sapphic book, which is book 1 in a series. And I read it and I loved it. So yeah, this was also a book I read this year. I think it came out last year. I started it last year, but I finished it sometime this year. So yeah. The next question is newest fictional crush. And this award goes to Kalani from Sun Poisoning. This book is from the author just mentioned, from Phoenix Catherine. And this character is a hot sapphic vampire. And do I need to say anything more? We love hot sapphic vampires. So yeah, but I didn't really read that many books with fictional crushes this year, because some of the books I read were YA books and the characters in those books are mostly underage, so they're not my fictional crushes, obviously. So yeah, a book that made you cry. Again, Chasing Fields by Isabella Skies. This book made me cry and laugh and smile. Every emotion was felt while reading this book, and I read it on Kindle Unlimited, but I really want to have it in my shelf because it was so good. Oh, this book is undescribable. I loved it so much, so, but it made me cry. Yeah, and when it was over, I was like, no, give me more. I want more. But yeah, I have to be patient, even though I don't want to. So yeah. And to follow that question, we have book that made you happy. And this is the first book I read this year. The book is called All's Fair in Love and Field Hockey by Kit Rosewater. It's this one. And this is a YA field hockey sapphic romance. And this was, I think, the first book I read this year. And it was kind of a feel-good book. It wasn't that dramatic or sad or traumatic. It was just a feel-good sapphic romance, and I really liked it. So this book made me happy. Okay, next question. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or received? Oh, I have a few for this question. Well, first, obviously, The Secret World of Briar Rose. This is really pretty. I love this brick edges. It's so pretty. And the end papers. It's really cute. And also the gold foiling underneath. Just check it. Look at it. It's really pretty. I love this one. Next, I have